so we approach the halfway point of the second half. Penny Hashigan's behind the defense now. A chance to knot this. It's a 2-goal game as Penny Hashigan gets a beauty from her sister Maddie Hashigan.
Well, here it's still 14-7, 3rd and 15. Montoya, it's just a draw. Stovall breaks one. He gets a block, and there it is, first down. How about Stovall? But I'll tell you what, it was the block of Makai Gonzalez that sprung that one free.
The stiffness in those balls they got today.
Pascal Bell's going to keep it. He sees a huge hole up the middle. Now he cuts to the sideline. He's got one more man to beat. Pascal Bell is going to go in for the touchdown. No, they marked him short.
On Saturday, they got their senior night, got to send their seniors out. Diego Pavia hurt his hamstring after he really already put up a bunch of numbers. Every indication from him and from Jerry Kill is he will be ready for the Quick Lane Bowl. Spoke with Jerry. Jerry's going to be on in his regular spot tomorrow. That'll be at 7:15 tomorrow morning. We'll talk to Jerry Kill, and we'll go over the whole process. But they got a nice opportunity here. It's the only game on national, the only bowl game that day. They play in an NFL stadium, and I know some fans are saying they wanted different stuff, and I understand that. This is a really nice opportunity for them to go to get a team that's 6-6 and had a nice season at Bowling Green, and go play and experience something different in an NFL stadium. And I'm actually really, really stoked for them.
It was an unbelievable season for New Mexico State. They still had to get a waiver to go bowling. The win Saturday had nothing to do with it. So don't be like, oh, we're a 6-6 team that's getting disrespected. No, 5-6 team, got a waiver to go to a bowl game. Absolutely enjoy it. The process is way ahead of schedule. You got something with Jerry Kill, and they're actually favorites.
I haven't seen the spread, really?
In some of the early lines that released, with a 1-point favorite over Bowling Green.
See, and they're getting respect. I'm stoked for them. I'm looking forward to it. I actually, as of Friday, I kind of thought they were going to Dallas. I booked a flight. I had that flight, but I will probably cancel that. I think that game is Memphis versus Utah State, so I might catch that on TV. You satisfied with the college football playoff? Do you think they got it right? No Alabama, USC. I mean, Friday night, I told you the whole West Coast is pulling for USC, and then Friday night, I forgot how to tackle, and Utah rolled over them, so they get beat. TCU gets beat in a close one. Boy, I thought he was in on the second down play. They get beat by Kansas State, but still get in. Georgia versus Ohio State, 1-4. Michigan, TCU, 2-3.
I'm good with it. It's always going to be tough when you end up being penalized for playing a conference championship game, but that's what we talk about. These games matter. Go out there and win the game. You're in the college football playoff, and that's what USC had to do. In Utah, it's a kryptonite for USC.
Yeah.
And Caleb Williams, have fun with that one.
What do you mean?
He had F Utah.
Oh, yeah, on his nails.
On his nails.
Yeah, that's going to go over well.
That's going to resonate.
That
was a nice one.
Yeah.
That team owns you right now. I'm pretty sure USC has to sign everything they own in the Pac-12 over to Utah now.
Utah and Kyle Whittingham's done a hell of a job. I mean, that was a team that was in the Mountain West a decade ago and has been won a couple championships in a row, and they're the team right now. They are the team. And you go back to that opening day at Florida, right, where they had a chance and they fell out. They're really good. All right, here's guest list today. At 7:30 this morning, Rhett Lashley is going to be with us. He is the first-year head coach at SMU. SMU and BYU in the New Mexico Bowl on the 17th. I'm pumped about the matchup. I think it's one of the best matchups we've ever announced on Selection Sunday. And we're bringing in high-powered offense, the leading receiver in the country. BYU is won 3 in a row, and they're finishing strong. So I love the matchup. 7:30, Rhett Lashley is SMU's coach. 8:30, we're working on Kalani Sitake, the head coach at BYU. I think we're going to get him today. If not, it'll be tomorrow. But we'll get confirmation here in a little bit on that. But bowl announcements came out yesterday. I looked down the line. Like there's some really, really fun matchups. There's great ones, and I don't know what you guys thought. We haven't talked about this in the pregame or in the pre-show meeting, but I was pretty stoked. And I know it's a little different. It threw people for a curve. There's no Mountain West team this year. I'm happy to walk people through it if they want. But I'm pretty fired up.
Big time college football matchup. BYU, SMU, with the potential to be in prime time.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
know
go.
that tomorrow. So the start time on that, the NFL will make a decision tomorrow whether or not they're flexing out of the Raiders-Patriots game on that Sunday, the 18th. The Raiders winning. I don't know. I don't know that I should make a guess, but the Raiders winning 3 in a row might influence that. I don't know. So if the NFL does flex out of the Raider game, it'll affect the Vegas Bowl time. They'll go into the afternoon slot on ESPN, and the New Mexico Bowl will go at 5:30 on ABC primetime. If they leave that game alone, then we still got a great slot on ESPN in the middle of the day. Marie, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How was the weekend?
It was
Another
great.
nail biter yesterday against the Jets Jets.
I mean,
Jets,
that's the way the Vikes do it,
They
and
win
I'm
it.
all about it.
Win that way every single week, huh?
Yeah, my blood pressure is good.
Yeah.
But hey, 10-2, and let's keep being under the radar, and the media thinks we're frauds.
And then you had to watch that your team-in-law just vomit all over themselves all night
Wait,
last night. What?
Wait, the best part was going into the fourth quarter, it was 21-19.
Yeah, it ended up 54-19 for those of you who gave up. 21-19.
So
and
I'm just letting you know we didn't watch the fourth quarter.
Did you not watch any of it or not all
Oh
of
no,
it?
we watched up to the third, up to 21-19, and then fourth quarter we didn't watch.
So over-unders, right? You
My
put over-unders.
gosh.
The Cowboys scored 33 in the fourth quarter.
In the
fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, and they
Yep.
pulled their – they pulled – I mean,
Yep.
they gave Cooper Rush a series.
yep.
And they scored on that series as well
Yep.
because, well, that's what they did, and Malik Davis went nuts. Did you happen to notice? I mean, not that it means, I mean, a lot. Deron Bland. Do you know who Deron Bland is? Do you know where he played his last college game?
I mean, I saw him last night in primetime.
Did you see him
No.
here though last December, starring for Fresno State in the New Mexico Bowl? Did you see that? I mean, just a couple interceptions for him. Did you see Michael Gallup go for 2 touchdowns? Do you know where he played his last college football bowl game or last college game?
in New Mexico?
So that's 4 of those touchdowns by New Mexico Bowl alum last night for the Cowboys.
Let's go.
Pretty good.
I'm just saying. I'm so proud of them. Yeah, no, there was a lot going on yesterday and this weekend. We're going to get into Fred McGriff getting into the Hall of Fame. USA. Did you get up early and watch the USA match on Saturday?
I did.
Yeah,
That was fun.
help me. I mean, they're just
They
better,
lost.
right? They're just better. I watched the whole thing too.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, sometimes you just run into a better club, right?
You do, but I'm so tired of this. Let's be excited about the future.
That's all
Let's
I've heard
look
my whole
ahead.
life, dude.
Hold your head up. Let's go. It's gonna be great.
Is it?
No, like you can win right now with the young team. Like I'm so tired of that narrative. Like, oh, good job, good effort. You played 4 games, you won 1 game. All right, you got out of the group stage. You don't have an attacker on this team. You accidentally scored the goal in the contest. You missed your opportunities when you had a couple shots early, and that doesn't make me feel good. It just shows you're not ready for that. I don't want to be excited for the future. I want to see something now, not just a good job, good effort tournament. And it's really frustrating, especially all 3 goals they gave up were very similar. Of the Netherlands attacking wide, cuts it back, no one marking on the backside, goal.
Happened twice. The one right before halftime,
That was game.
the extra time
Yeah.
of the first half, pretty much made you just go, ugh.
That was game right there.
Right? It's like if you go in 1-0 and you played them and you feel like you matched them all first half, I think you go in it with a whole different field, don't you?
Yes.
They put one in the back right before halftime, and to your point, it looked the same as the first.
Really frustrating. Like I wasn't in the moment here for any of that. Oh, hold your head up. It's 2026. Let's go. You're in the United States. Like you got young players that are playing at a high level all across the world right now. Like go win a game. Go score more than 1 goal in the World Cup.
They scored 1 goal in 3 of their matches, none in the other. So in 4 matches, they scored 3 total goals. They're done and moved on. So successful run or not a successful run for you?
It felt really, good job, good effort. Like, you got out of the group stage, which you should have even with this team. But it's disappointing. I didn't want to just sit there and be like, oh, yeah, 4 years from now, can't wait, let's go. Do something now. That's the story with this team. It's always, it's going to be better next time. It's going to be better next time. Okay.
Yeah. All right, we can get into that. We're here for you. All right. Raider fan, are you feeling better? Charger fan, you got to be sick. Lenny's right. Lenny got the 2 tough losses, the Chargers and the Jets today.
Yes.
So he's vomiting.
Sure, we'll hear from him.
At some point, I want to hear from Jet fans and boy, oh boy, what a weekend. Bronco fan, how you feeling? I mean, that was a microcosm of your season. A 1-point loss and you score single digits, and have a backup quarterback come in and jam it down your neck at the end.
If you're still feeling anything about the Broncos, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's kind of how I feel about the Rams. By the way,
it's a bad football team,
right?
You should be invested at this point.
But you keep losing like that. It's unreal. We got to get into Jimmy Garoppolo's injury, Lamar Jackson's injury, 2 major quarterback injuries yesterday, and Deshaun Jackson's return. 505-246-0610. Rhett Lashley, SMU's coach, at 7:30 on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
How wrestling really works and how you get the rating.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today. Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Deshaun Watson yesterday coming back.
Looked like a guy that had not played football in a while.
Right? But they won.
God bless their special teams and defense.
Yeah, and they play and the Texans.
The Texans.
Deshaun Watson, 12 of 22, 131 yards. Threw an interception. He ran for 21 yards. Browns are 5-7. They beat the Texans by a score of 27-14. He was greeted, as you would assume, Deshaun Watson would have been greeted by the crowd with lots of boos and lots of disdain and dislike. And that's why, look, Deshaun Watson, this is like his preseason, right? He's going to work his way back. And next year, we're all going to go look at the Browns as the team that will probably come out of the teams who didn't make the playoffs. We have this conversation all the time, right? Which team that didn't make the playoffs do you expect to be really good next year? And I think most of us will say, well, I think the Browns, right? As we sit here right now, probably the Browns. All right. And that's what they are right now. Where do I want to go on this? Oh, the Niner thing, the 49er thing. Mr. Irrelevant has now become quite irrelevant, huh? 33-17, the Niners beat the Dolphins behind Brock Purdy. If I'd have asked you yesterday, unless you're an Iowa State fan, or J.J. Buck, who knows everything, who is Brock Purdy? An actor, a quarterback, a left winger, or a kicker, would you know the answer?
Few and far between.
Yeah. Brock Purdy's the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, a team that many of you have as the favorite to win the NFC. Jimmy Garoppolo goes down, broken foot, done for the year. Brock Purdy, 25 of 37, 2 touchdowns and an interception. As the Niners do it with defense and shut after that first play. I mean, if you take out that first play where they hit on the Trent Sherfield catch and run for 75 yards, they didn't do much at all. They scored 10 points, did the Dolphins, the rest of the game. That high-scoring Dolphins offense, I put up yards. And they put up plenty of yards, right? Then actually, not really. 275 and 33 is how many? About 300 and whatever, and 75 on one play. Niners defense is legit. Are they good enough to win the NFC with Brock Purdy at quarterback?
No.
Probably not, right?
Is that this version of the 49ers is the best team version they've had when you look at complementary players. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and how good that defense is. But the track record over this run with and without Jimmy Garoppolo is a big sample size. And it's asking a whole heck of a lot. Just assume a 7th-round quarterback can come in and keep that team at the high level, because it's going to be, just don't throw an interception, just get the ball to Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel. Easier said than done. And now teams will be scheming for Brock Purdy, looking to put extra pressure on him. Fantastic job yesterday. If there's a team to believe in this situation, I would say it would be San Francisco, just because how deep and talented they are. But the track record's there. With and without Garoppolo, it hasn't been as simple as, this team's good, just manage it.
I look at it and I think, okay, you say you lose your quarterback, your second quarterback that you've lost this year, they're in trouble. And I think they're in trouble. But then I look around and it's the Eagles and the Cowboys, right? And are you worried that they can't be? Is there anybody else you think is better than them in the NFC right now, besides the Eagles and the Cowboys? Do you think the Giants are? Do you think the Commanders are? Do you think the Buccaneers are? You think the Seahawks?
I think all those teams are closer.
Oh, they can
when
beat them.
Brock Purdy is the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, this is what I want to see. And to your point, I mean, Brock Purdy was pretty impressive yesterday. Brock Purdy came out and looked like he was ready to play. Brock Purdy looked like he knew what he was doing. Now, he was going on instinct and adrenaline. Now give him a full 6 days to lay in bed and crap himself and think about what he's got to do the rest of the way, right? And think about going forward and who they got next week and what they got to do and the task at hand, because all of a sudden it's not just instinct anymore. Now he's got to go play the Buccaneers next week.
Did you see Fred Warner's press conference after?
I did not.
He mentioned, I'm just tuning because he was like, he's not surprised that Purdy did so well because he has the it factor every week in practice.
Yeah.
And he's never seen anything like that with the backup. He makes it really challenging and competitive. And they were like excited for him.
I think that's really cool and all. Because what
I was
else,
like, okay.
What else is he going to say? Right? No, I think it's really cool because
I don't know.
No, I look, I'm down, totally down that they have confidence in him. They need to, because he's their quarterback and they got no options. I liked what I saw. Like, remember when Nick Mullen came in and played for them a few years back? You're like, who the hell's Nick Mullen? Southern Miss, Brett Favre and him and what? And he won a few games, looked really good. JJ's got a theory on these guys that they come out and they have a few games and then they become who they are, right?
Yeah. Like it, and for the 49ers, where you can have a different feeling is this roster is the most talented and deepest it has been, even better than the Super Bowl team.
They're really good. Let's see what they can do. The other quarterback injury yesterday is Lamar Jackson. He goes down with a knee. That's all that. Well, he's got a knee. I got two, man. I like what's the issue with his knee? He's got a knee. It's going to be days to weeks, but not the rest of the year. Huntley comes in. They win the game 10-9. They beat the Broncos in a typical Bronco game. Actually, it's pretty typical of a Ravens game this year, if you want to be honest with you. I mean, it's not like they score a lot of points, and they scored. I mean, last week they scored 27, but they scored 10. They scored 13, and I mean they don't score a ton. We'll get into the contract situation. What does it do to the Ravens first off? Because they're in a battle, and the Bengals are playing really well. Who beat the Chiefs yesterday?
What does it do? It puts them behind.
I mean, it's got to, right? They're a playoff team that isn't.
You look at the team that's
breathing down their
8-2
neck.
in their last 10 games,
That's
Cincinnati,
right.
and say that's the team.
All right, what about contract? He bet on himself. He didn't. What did they offer him? Like $220, but not all guaranteed.
Yeah, this is what it comes down to.
Yeah,
is Deshaun Watson broke the system, and now that's what all the quarterbacks want is a fully guaranteed contract. And these teams were like, we don't want to do that, and thus you get this.
And now he's hurt. We'll see how hurt he is, and will it affect? I think he still gets $200+ million. Does he get the $250 million guaranteed that he was seeking? And we'll see. We'll see how he recovers, how badly he's hurt, and honestly, what do they do? JJ, he hasn't been spectacular this year. He was spectacular the first couple of games. He's been pedestrian ever since. Now they win. They blew some leads early, but they're 8-4. Let's see what they do now. See what Brett Huntley does and how they're able to handle this, because I think that's something to watch now. I think there are two big injuries yesterday. Garoppolo and Lamar really can affect the way the playoffs play out. We'll get winners and losers in the 9 o'clock hour. I thought a huge win yesterday for Cincinnati. They're probably going to be at the top of the list. Raiders salvaging their season. Chargers. I mean, really? Really? That's who they are. And it's Brandon Staley. Well, take the points early. 505-246-0610. SMU's coach, Rhett Lashley, first-year coach, has one of the best offenses in America coming to town for New Mexico Bowl. He is coming up next. Business owners, you get it. Computers, network, remote access, vital to how your business operates, but now hackers threaten everything about your business. ABQIT provides state-of-the-art cybersecurity, and more business owners realize that's a necessary part of protecting your data. ABQIT created a business model that gives you peace of mind, knowing your system is secure. They'll watch for any activity that's malicious and protect your operation, keep it working efficiently, and best of all, they do it at one predictable cost. So you get bunch of bills now. One from the internet provider, one from a cybersecurity company, another when you buy new equipment. The ABQ IT, there's no hourly rate, no labor billing, no hidden fees, and no out-of-scope charges. Your rate stays the same every month. Business owners get a free assessment from ABQ IT. Do not worry about computer problems again. abq-it.com. That's abq-it.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or
BYU Mustangs have come in. They come in winning 4 of their last 5. Their only loss in that was to Tulane, who's going to the Cotton Bowl. They won the American. BYU 7-5. They've won 3 in a row. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck, 2 offenses that will put up a lot of numbers and have been impressive. And when you look at what SMU has done, scoring almost 40 points a game, and they've got a quarterback who's throwing for a ton of yards. The second leading, he was J.J. until this weekend. Rashee Rice was the leading receiver in the country, and then Charlie Jones of Purdue got him by 6 yards going into bowl season. But you've got tremendous talent, and I'm kind of fired up about this. Rhett Lashley is in his first year at SMU as head coach, coming back there, and he joins us this morning on the opening drive. Rhett, good morning. Congratulations. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. Doing well, and excited to be coming to New Mexico here in a few weeks.
Well, you've got a tremendous team, and in your first season, when you came back to SMU, you'd been the offensive coordinator there, and you come back over, and Sonny has done a great job. You inherit a program, I know, that's very, very proud. Is this kind of what you expected in year one, something along these lines?
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting to come back to a place that I knew, and guys like you mentioned, like Rashee Rice and several others that I had recruited and coached their freshman year even. So there was some familiarity, and we've now had 4 straight winning seasons. Feel like our program's headed in a really good direction. And, look, we had goals like everybody of competing for our conference championship this year. And, we had a really tough schedule, much like BYU. Ours was early in the year. We had a string where we played at Maryland, and we played TCU and at UCF. And 3 really good opponents and all good games. We just weren't able to get those wins. And, but we were able to finish 5-2 in our last 7, and really proud of our guys, have a winning record in our league. So I think we did a lot that we can build on. And our program's headed in a really good direction.
Everybody talks about the offense, and we'll talk about the other side of the ball, but you're an offensive guy. When you're in a game, it's 77-63. You beat Houston 77-63, and the quarterback throws for 9. As a head coach on the sideline, what are you thinking? Is this surreal, or do you love it as an offensive guy but cringe every time they get the ball? Because that's just amazing.
Yeah, that was a wild night, and it was don't expect those games to ever happen, much less in a rivalry game with someone like Houston. It's weird when you're the head coach and you're calling the plays. So when you're calling the plays and you score 77 points, things couldn't be going any better. Right. Our guys were playing great. Pretty much whatever you call, they just made it right. I mean, it's not about the play call; it's about the players. But at the same time, you're thinking, wait a minute, I'm the head coach. If we don't win, none of this really matters. And so, credit to we had 2 great quarterbacks dueling that night, and fortunately, on defense, we were able to get 3 turnovers, and that was the difference.
Skip Holtz told me a story one time. They won a game. I think it was like 58, 52, and his dad called him at the end of the night, and how'd you do? And all he did was tell him about the offense. And Skip had him go to the front of the office and look at his sign. He says, "What does it say?" He says, "You're the head coach now. Both sides matter, right?" And you learn that lesson as you're the head coach. And he's Rhett Lashley, the head football coach at SMU. They'll be in town for the New Mexico Bowl against BYU on the 17th.
Rhett, you mentioned how you are familiar with players on this team. You helped recruit some of them. How big was that, being able to come in and have those connections to where you guys could build a season like this in year one for you?
It was big. When I got hired almost just over a year ago, it was really the first year that the transfer portal was fully intact, or not the portal, but the transferring was happening, and NIL was now a thing. And then on top of it, and you mentioned it, I have great respect for Sonny. Appreciate, the opportunities you gave me here. But of all the places he went to our crosstown rival in Fort Worth. And for only one of our players to transfer out last year was a big deal for us. We already had lost a lot of our production. I mean, really, Tanner and Rashee were really the only returning production we had on offense. We lost most of our starters on defense. And so our staff had to come in and add a lot of pieces, both in transfer world and in the high school ranks, but to keep the players we did have, like Tanner and Rashee and DeVere, Levelston, and Elijah Chapman on defense, to keep those guys here, Jalen Thomas at the O-line, was really our highest priority. And I don't know how we would have been able to do it had there not have been some familiarity that those guys had with me. Either half the team knew me because I had recruited them or coached them or both, and the ones that didn't could at least talk to those guys, and I think that helped a lot.
You mentioned, too, the schedule that you guys played this season early in the year. It was 1-score losses, to Maryland and TCU, and I know it's frustrating as a coach. But what do you take from games like that? How did those contests early in the season help you late in the year when you ran off those victories, to finish the season the way you did, and now go into a bowl game?
Yeah, it was tough because we felt like we had a good football team, and we go to Maryland, and honestly, that's the one of all of them that really got away. We felt like we outplayed them that day. They have a good team, but we played really well. We just didn't do what we needed to in the fourth quarter on the scoreboard and left a lot of points out there earlier in the game. And so to lose that game by score and then to come back and play our rival in TCU and get it to, a 1-score game, obviously I think everybody's seen what a good football team they have now. Yeah. But it's still tough when you feel like you have a good team and you're losing games close, you're losing games to good people, you're still losing. And that's probably what I'm most proud of our guys. We were sitting at 2-3 and felt like we had a good team, but we weren't getting the results we wanted. And it could have gone the other way real quick. And our leadership, our guys on our team hung together. The biggest thing we wanted to do coming into the season was finish well. That had not been something – that's kind of the last thing, I think, in the process of us trying to become a championship program again. We've been winning, but we hadn't been winning late in the year. We hadn't been finishing. And to finish 5-2, 3-1 in November, beat teams like Houston and Memphis down the stretch, I really am proud of our guys for the way they hung in there, the way the season was going.
He's SMU coach Rhett Lashley with us on the opening drive. I thought the Houston game was a turnaround, not just because of the way you went and scored 77 points, but it just felt like that was a game that solidified what you were going and which way you were going to finish the season.
Yeah, I think there was two moments. I think right after we were 2-2 after the Maryland and TCU game. We go to UCF, who I think was the most talented team in our league, and we're beating them 13-10 at halftime. It was kind of like Maryland. Like, we played so well in the first half. To only have 13 was a problem. We should have had 28 at least, and we didn't. And they just kicked our tail in the third quarter and ran away with it. So we're 2-3. We come home, we're playing Navy. I think everybody knows what Navy is in our league. And you see they beat UCF this year. They knocked off ECU. Ken does a fantastic job. And, we were able to get that win when we really needed it most, kind of stop that 3-game skid. And that really changed the direction of our year. And then the Houston game was big because, they're a really good football team. That's a big game for us. And we've been in big games earlier that year and come up just short. So to get over the hump in a big game, I think really gave our guys the confidence to finish.
All right, how much have you been able to look? I know it just came out yesterday, but there are whispers. How much have you looked at BYU? What do you see? And what does a bowl game mean for your program? What is this particular game? It's been because of COVID. SMU hasn't won a bowl game in a few years, and there's been some times you didn't get to play in a bowl game. So coming over here and playing an opponent like BYU, everybody's telling me about the 1980 Holiday Bowl, and I've heard about it. I know all about it, and I know how fans on both sides feel. So what does this game mean, and have you looked at them yet?
I haven't watched a ton of film on them yet, but I've watched them throughout the year, and I have a lot of respect for what they do really over the last several years. It's a national brand, a big-time opponent, and a lot like us. They played a great schedule. They played a lot of good teams. They had a 4-game skid in the middle, and other than that, they're 7-1. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of respect for their team and how they play, their toughness, their physical. They play the game the right way. So we're going to have to play really well. And in terms of a bowl game, it's huge for us. The 1980 Holiday Bowl, there's so much history here at SMU with the Pony Express back in those days. And when that was Eric Dickerson, Craig James. Craig James had a career day that day. And Jim McMahon on the other side, with the comeback. And obviously that game didn't go SMU's way, broke our heart the way they made an incredible comeback. But to have a game like that, SMU BYU in our history, one of the better bowl games, of all time, I think just shows the history of these two teams and why it's a big deal for us to be matched up with each other. And for our program, it is a big deal. Our players deserve it. We don't take it lightly, qualifying and being able to go to a bowl game. We haven't won one since 2012. We've done a lot of things over the last 3 or 4 or 5 years that were first in a long time here, and this is just the next opportunity we have to try to go win a bowl game.
We're 1 year early. Eric Dickerson was here last December. He was our keynote speaker at the luncheon, and the pride he's got in that program. We talked a lot about SMU. Little did I know, here we would be a year later, and SMU would be coming into the game. How's the fan base on this? Are they fired up about this particular matchup or the location? I know there's all kinds of stuff out there, rumors, and everybody's got a projection. Everybody who's got a keyboard's got a projection. So
and they're all wrong.
Well, I sit here and laugh because I kind of know where things are pointing, and I'm like, well, how do they even think that one's going to happen, right? You look at some of them, but how they feel about the matchup and the kids?
our fan base is really excited. I mean, our kids are excited. You know, to your point, because of COVID and just some of the things that happens, we have a player on our team, Austin Upshaw. He's a sixth-year senior because of all that. And 5 of his 6 years he's been here, SMU's had a winning record. But so far he's only played in 2 bowl games.
Yeah, it's time.
You know? And so to get to not only go to a bowl game but have a bowl experience, which means travel, not stay in the Metroplex. So I think our guys are excited to travel, excited to play a big-time opponent like BYU. And then obviously when you talk about the history of the 2 programs, the 1980 Holiday Bowl is obviously all that you need to know that for our fan base, it's a great matchup, and we're really excited.
Man, we've had some unbelievable games over the 16 years, now going on 17 years of the New Mexico Bowl. There's been some great games here, great players. We watched 4 touchdowns from the Cowboys last night from a New Mexico Bowl alum last night as well. So there's been some great games here, and there's we're working on our tradition. It doesn't go all the way back to 1980 and before, but we're working on it. I'm looking forward to having you in town. We're gonna throw you a heck of a party, and looking forward to the game on the 17th. Rhett, thanks for taking some time with us, and we'll see you here next week.
Well, I really appreciate it, and we're humbled to be a part of the game and excited to be coming.
All right, be well, enjoy the week, and travel safely next week. We'll see you then.
All right, thanks. Pony up.
Rhett Lashley, he's the head coach, first-year head coach at SMU. Impressive what they've done, man. And I was looking back. The 1980 Holiday Bowl was legendary. Lavelle Edwards against Ron Meyer. BYU scored 27 points in the 4th quarter and came back to win. It was Jim McMahon, the quarterback, who led the charge. 46-45 was that score. It is one of the legendary bowl games ever. What do you think of him?
Excited.
Yeah.
The matchup, the potential for points is there. 2 high-scoring teams. SMU has really been a solid program over the last few years, and you look up, you see BYU, SMU, that resonates with college football fans.
No doubt. I can't tell you how many bowl directors I've had. As word got out internally, about the potential of the ABC slot, and then when our matchup got out, it's like, dang, how'd you do that? And I'm like, well, I'm not sure I did it all. Certainly some circumstances, and we're very fortunate, but we got it. I think it's going to be terrific on that day. All right, 505-246-0610. Working on Kalani Sitake, BYU's coach, either today or tomorrow. Jerry Kill, New Mexico State's coach, will be with us tomorrow in his Tuesday slot at 7:15. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. Looking for holiday gifts that won't be re-gifted?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
and act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs.
We'll get back at the Holiday Bowl in 80 between SMU and BYU, and fans were leaving the stadium, and basically it ended with a Jim McMahon Hail Mary into the end zone. Clay Brown caught it. It was BYU's first ever bowl win. This is their 40th bowl game that they're going to be in this year. It's kind of crazy, huh? Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, Amory, and Adrian, maybe Kalani Sitake at 8:30. I'm still working on that. Jerry Kill with us tomorrow at 7:15 is the plan to talk to him about New Mexico State's bowl matchup with Bowling Green. Emails and texts are available for you. Emails, Jeff or JJ at sports@ablabq.com. Text or phone, 505-246-0610. That's 505-246-0610 on the 377 Brewery hotline. You can watch the show. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. It's on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. You can watch it on Comcast Channel 26 throughout the state as well. JJ Chris said on the text line, damn, JJ. That got your attention. I thought I was the only one pissed off. Yeah, I wasn't buying the garbage. We did great, etc. in regards to Team USA at the World Cup. Are there more and more people like you, or is it just the mainstream commentators? Yep, well, we got a great future, like I've heard for the majority of my life.
I think people felt they were too rah-rah.
Because it was the second youngest team, and yeah.
It's like, put some pressure on them, put some expectations on these players. You got dudes that are starting in leagues all across the world.
Right.
Not just a bunch of MLS players. And put some pressure on them. That's why I felt it was the most good job, good effort tournament there could have been for the United States.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I mean, you know where I am on this. I watched almost all of their games. They were fine. They look like an average team in the World Cup. Okay, now is that progression? Yeah, they didn't make the World Cup 4 years ago. So is that progression? In fact, they got to the knockout stage. Were they in a weak group? Wales obviously wasn't very good.
Yeah.
And Iran wasn't considered to be very good, right? And the best team they played, they drew with. That was their best. They played really well. And so everybody was fired up. Oh, about that. We tied. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that result's fine against the best team in the group. It's when you aren't able to put away Wales, when you're not able to score more than one goal in any of the games that you scored in. That's frustrating. And it is a lack of attacking presence up top for the United States. They got to find a player or two. It is not Haji Wright, who accidentally scored against the Netherlands when they, like moments before, there was a mistouch by the Netherlands goalkeeper, gifted him a ball in the box. And it's like he's never seen a soccer ball before. And his first touch gets away from him. And that should have been an easy goal, and then he accidentally scores this weird goal that there's a cross that comes into the box, hits his foot, he doesn't do anything, and that's a forward. That's who you're putting out there. That's the problem. That's what they have to change in 4 years.
How much of a difference would it have made? And I think it would have been a big one if Pulisic's able to score in that third minute, right? Where they get the quick
game.
Run. It's a whole different world, right?
Just
now, does Netherlands play differently? Because once they got the 1-0 lead, they held back. There were times where it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. It changes the game. It forces the Netherlands to attack more. Then it puts the United States under some pressure, but it's not like they haven't been there before. It's the style that they play. That changes it, and giving up the goal in the 46th minute before halftime was the nail in the coffin.
No doubt.
It's 1-0 going in the second half. Like, all right, we just need one of those crazy things to change this game. And when you're down 2-0, you're not coming back from that.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610, 8889-220610. All right, what do we got to give away today? What do we get? We got
a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I got to find Mandy's.
It's good.
Mandy's notes. What do we got?
We have two different things. We have 2 tickets to the New Mexico Bowl, December 17th.
Yep.
You know when it is.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
And then we have a $25 gift certificate to All in Autographs.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's do that at coming out of Kalani. So All in Autographs we're gonna do at 8:10. Remind me, please.
I will.
And then after Kalani, and assuming we get Kalani Sitake, the BYU coach, we may not. But either way, we'll do right about 8:40. We'll do the 2 New Mexico Bowl tickets.
Great.
Does that work for you?
Yes, let's do it.
8:10 and 8:40 today, and we have that every day this week. Is that right?
Yes.
And then those who win, what did you tell me on All In Autographs? Is it $25?
Yeah.
So those who win the 25, don't they
And
get
then it
entered
qualifies for $100 gift certificate.
at the end of the week?
Okay. Let's. I just want to clarify for everyone.
Yeah.
All autographs is next week, so we're not giving away both those.
It's on my. It's on my.
You guys got me confused now. All right, here's what I know.
It's both weeks.
Next week, I apologize. I'm sorry.
It is
I was reading. Next week we have mystery boxes to go along with the gift certificate.
So stick with the original plan.
You're right. I apologize.
It's
That was
okay.
way
I'm just looking
confusing
at
on
the.
Is mystery box like when you go into the transfer portal and not know what you're going to get?
Yes.
Like I want DJ Uyunglele, but I'm not sure what I'm going to get. Is that kind of what that is?
Absolutely.
DJ Uyunglele is in the transfer portal. All right, we're going to talk NFL at the top of the hour. That means 8 o'clock to you and me. I want to go down the list. We're going to put together a list in the 9 o'clock hour for biggest winners and losers of the weekend. I don't know. There's so many. I'm looking at so many different things on this list. What was the biggest story yesterday? Is it Garoppolo? It's got to be, right?
Yeah, the most impactful for.
Or is it the Bengals beating the Chiefs?
No, it's not, because they've done that.
They did it again and again.
It's the fact that a Super Bowl contender lost their starting quarterback.
I think that's right. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Soccer is the sport of the future and always will be. Signed unknown on the text line. And it's been that way my whole life. I'm getting up there a little bit. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, Adrian. Happy Monday to you on a foggy day here in the Burke. Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's fair.
Ryan fall off the cliff like that.
I mean,
because everybody tells me, Russell Wilson, you don't fall off the cliff that quickly. I don't know. I'm watching it happen to Matt Ryan.
It's bad.
Right?
It's bad.
I mean, is Russell Wilson just hurt, not falling off the cliff? Because it feels like those two guys have fallen off the freaking cliff.
I heard the best one yesterday.
I like to hear
Broncos country, let's hide.
It's also, Matt Ryan is more on the trajectory that the majority of quarterbacks are. He's 37.
Yeah.
Right.
And
But
Tom
hasn't
Brady,
it hit hard?
Aaron Rodgers,
They've changed
they're
the standard.
special.
Yeah, I got it.
Matt Ryan was good. He was never special.
Yeah, but he was did you see the signs of decline?
No. I did not see
and so
this
there
with
hasn't
Matt
been any
Ryan
signs
or
of
Russell
decline,
Wilson.
right? So there was no signs of decline. This was just, I'm off the cliff. Like was playing steady.
Yeah.
Right? That's what's nuts about this. Mike White almost damn near beat you.
I mean, so
I'm
does
not
every
gonna
other
lie.
team.
I was kind of rooting for the Matt White story.
No,
the Mike White story.
I was just telling our caller that's waiting to speak with
Yeah.
us about the Jets. I was just telling him, I was like, I don't know, I always like the Jets. I understand
Yeah,
their
they're
pain.
cute little Jets,
yeah,
right?
They're underdogs.
Yeah. Until teams get good, you like them.
No, I've always liked them.
Kinda
In
like-
New York, they're the better sports fans. They're the fun fans.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that make you feel, Sean? I think what she just said to you is good job, good effort. I think that's what I just heard.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, that's getting a
That's not what I
sticker for
said.
just showing up, right?
God bless the Vikings.
That's what
Reds.
but that's what I heard.
No.
No matter what you said, that's what I heard.
No.
What's up, Sean?
Well, you put up 486 yards. We just ran into a better team.
Probably.
Yeah,
You don't think so?
we kicked field goals for every quarter except the fourth. You're typically not going to win a game if that happens. But on the flip side, how bad would it have been if Wilson was playing?
So you're over that, huh? I mean, you're just over
I'm
the Zach
over it
Wilson?
yesterday.
You know you're going to see him again, though. You realize that, right?
100%, and I have a sickly feeling that this will be the opportunity the Jets take to pull White and put Wilson back in.
Who do you get next week?
Buffalo. Buffalo, then the Lions.
Yeah, I'd stay with Mike White. Yeah. Now they made a decision.
You kind of already know what you have with Zach Wilson, where you're trying to teach him the fundamentals again. Let's see what we have in White. What harm does it do?
Nah, I don't know that it does. You're in the playoffs now, right? Are you the last spot? It's Buffalo's the 1 seed, and Kansas City's the 2, and
Yeah, I think we're the last spot in the wild card.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, you are right now. Yeah, because with the Chargers being the Chargers, holy smokes. You're the last spot in the wild card right now. All right. Wow. I'd stay with Mike White, but so twice you're down there. Fourth down, they don't get in. How many? I felt like I was watching TCU, by the way, when the Jets were down there on the goal line, not able to get in. Didn't you feel? And why not run the damn ball? You got Mike White as quarterback. Why are you getting all finessey on third and fourth down, trying to flip the ball around?
Why did we bring in James Robinson to replace Brees?
If you're not going to use
him, we're not going to use him.
If you're not going to use him, I don't get it either.
Yeah, so we'll share in our frustrations for the rest of the week until we face the Bills.
Yeah, then you'll have new frustrations. All right, Sean. Good to hear you.
You guys have a good one.
See you. All right, here this comes. I was waiting for this. Seahawks beat the Rams. I didn't put a bet on this one. Just so
He said he wanted to talk about the Cowboys.
Did he? All right. Hello, Dan.
Good morning, Jeff.
Hello,
¿Cómo
Dan.
estás?
That's all right. How you doing?
Good. Hey, so you know what? It doesn't matter what the cowpokes do, bro. They choke out every year at the end. They choke out. I will put money on the fact that, you know what's funny is we were set to not even be a blip on the radar this year. And what might happen is the way things are playing out, Jimmy G gets hurt. Our schedule is not that bad unless we just fall totally apart, which
let people know who
could happen.
Let people know who our is. You're a Seahawks guy.
Okay, Seahawks. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just assuming everybody knows. We could potentially end up
Fading out like that?
for that spot in the end. How freaking funny would that be? You know, everybody was saying they're making the Super Bowl this year, and we were going to come in in a league of 32 or 36, whatever it is.
32. Yeah.
Strikes me odd, but you know what? They fizzle out every year. I would put more money on that they choke out than that they're going to make it, and I love to hate Dallas. You know what I mean? It's
A lot
just
of people do, but they scored 50-something, 54. Yeah, they're pretty damn good.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is a little stressful for me.
I see that because your phone's not working.
Did Jeff? I'm like, are we going to lose to these guys?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We made a lot of mistakes. We just made a ton of mistakes. But we pulled it out of our you-know-what, and so there we are. I think we're in seventh. Are we in
Yeah,
seventh
you're
place?
the Seahawks.
NFC?
Seahawks are the final wild card team as of right now. Yes.
Yeah, that's number 7.
Yeah.
See, so that's why I say, I mean, and now Jimmy G's hurt.
They would play the
we
Vikings
play
right now.
San Fran. We
Yeah.
play San Fran. We play the Rams again. We play the Panthers. KC, we have to play KC.
Yeah, go
That's
win some
tough.
games. Gino.
But hey, on any given Sunday, they lost yesterday, so you just never know.
That's right. All right.
Hey, let Gino cook.
And he's cooking. Thanks, Jan. Good to hear you.
Go Hawks! Congratulations on your teams on the bowl game, brother. That's going to be a real good one.
Yeah, it'll be a fun day. Thank you.
I mean,
Appreciate
right on,
you.
man.
All right.
Cam Akers was alive yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
Gosh.
Who knew?
Gosh.
So right now it would be Seahawks and Vikings in the first round.
Let's go. That's a good game.
It's decent.
I mean,
there's some history there.
Yes.
Yeah. Gino going up there, be nice, climate controlled game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. The Rams are going to win a game again. Rams have lost 6 in a row. First time that's ever happened to a defending Super Bowl champion, by the way. I should have to give you back Ramets or something. You know what I mean?
You got a Super Bowl championship.
That's right. No, look.
Yeah. I still think we
Those
should
right
play
there.
Ramit because you won the Super Bowl.
It is kind of weird though. Like, in you and I are. It takes the fandom out of it. Like you're watching your team play and you're almost emotionless. And the Rams don't even have first round picks, do they? Aren't they like the Lakers? They don't need picks. They just send them away to the Lions for everything. It's just, I don't know. It used to be on Sunday morning. I make sure I drink my coffee out of my Rams mug and all that crap. I had a travel mug yesterday because I left at 8:00 to go to the office. It's just right. You got there at week 2, didn't you?
I got there on Monday Night Football.
Was that first week?
That Tuesday morning. And I came back in. I'm like, Nathaniel Hackett's going to be one and done. Everyone's like, stop talking. I'm like, nope. Watch this team.
Everybody's like, stop talking.
Watch this team. There's a reason why after the Monday Night Football game, that tweet was sent by me.
Yeah. All right. 505-246-06. How's your team doing? Vikings are 10-2. Sean just got in on the Jets. Cowboy fans been silent today.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, so people tend to call in when they lose, right?
Yeah,
Very
it's
rarely
weird.
do teams call in to gloat, although they do. People tend to be part of a show when they're angry and need a place to vent. That's why we've heard so much Tony this year, right? He's a Bronco fan, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. And Tony's a great. I love hearing Tony. Niner fan, you won, but do you feel like you won? Right? You beat Miami, and what did that?
Tua.
What does that tell you about Miami? Because I think yesterday tells you a lot more about Miami than anything else. Up against a good defense on the road. Now, how are they going to play the next couple of weeks in the cold?
I think it shows you that we have these quarterbacks properly rated. Like Tua has been fantastic.
Yes.
He's not
bad
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts level quarterback right now.
Correct.
But they were playing the best defense in the NFL without their 2 starting tackles.
when all healthy, who's better defense, Dallas or San Francisco?
San Francisco.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
But it's not a large gap.
Yeah, well, and Dallas doesn't get to play Matt Ryan every freaking day. It's like it's like Dallas was kids on trick or treat, and he's just giving out treats all day. Here you go, little boy. Here you go, big fella. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another
33 points in the fourth quarter.
It was 2-point game.
And I was playing the Dallas defense, which just scraped me.
I like how Jeff Saturday after the game was like, the effort was still good.
Good job. Good effort.
Not after that fourth quarter. You can't say that, Jeff.
No, that was a miserable effort. Like
you cannot say that after that fourth quarter.
What do you do at quarterback? No, honestly,
keep playing Matt Ryan at this point.
Well, I mean, everybody's telling me, let's see what you got in Jordan Love. Like, I know what I got in Matt Ryan. The season's over. Can we make a definitive answer on Sam Ehlinger and know that we have to completely start all over again? Like, what playing Matt Ryan does you what? It's the same conversation. Aaron Rodgers.
Everyone loved playing Matt Ryan before last night.
Okay, and now they're done. Like they're and I don't know that everybody loved playing Matt Ryan.
They
liked it better than Sam Ehlinger.
Wrong y'all were when Jeff Saturday won a football game.
Yeah, they won one freaking football game. Who'd they beat that night?
Raiders.
Okay, the Raiders were in a skid, right? They're where are we with them? They're 4-8, 4-8-1, so they're 2.5 games out. The Titans aren't going. Well, I guess they're within. Come on, they're 4-8-1 for crying out loud. I mean, if you have even an inkling, Sam Ehlinger is your guy.
Those ties.
Yeah, right. But if you have even an inkling, Sam Ehlinger is your guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do. Maybe you've seen enough. But I'm sorry. Like Matt Ryan, nice guy. It seems like he had a nice career. He is not a Hall of Famer. He won an MVP. He had he'll probably be a good analyst on TV somewhere. But what we're watching is that an NFL quality quarterback right now?
That was really bad.
He can't hold on to
This is
the
beyond
football.
a team having a bad season. That was.
It's brutal.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. No Kalani Sitake today. The BYU coach, we're working on that for tomorrow. Jerry Kill tomorrow as well. New Mexico State's coach, as the Aggies are going to the Quick Lane Bowl. They are going to take on Bowling Green the day after Christmas in Detroit. Actually, if you've ever been to Ford Field, it's awesome. Like Ford Field's, they're going to love playing there. It's an NFL venue. I'm actually really, really stoked for those young men and Jerry. And so we'll talk to Jerry about that tomorrow. 505-246-0610. We're going to give away, what are we doing at the 810 mark? We're going to give away all in autographs. So caller number 7 right now, 505-246-0610. It's 505-246-0610. You're going to win $25 to go spend over at All In Autographs, which is one of my favorite places, period. Holiday season now, so you're wondering what to get everyone else on your list. Do not forget to take care of you. Make sure you're on your holiday list. Feel better, look better, and call New Mail. So are you experiencing hair loss, thinning hair? Men, ladies, give New Mail a call. They utilize state-of-the-art, clinically proven ways to regrow your hair. Their professionals will walk you through the options, and then you choose what's best for you. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells, deepen your hair follicle, stops hair loss, and you regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser proven to regrow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants, which produce natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. Men, ladies, call New Mail at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or online at NewMail, NUMALE.com. Treat yourself this holiday season. Look better, feel better at New Mail. Caller 7 at 505-246-0610. You win $25 in all-in autographs.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
610, the sports animal.
All right. We got a winner on the All-In Autographs. We'll give away some New Mexico Bowl tickets at 8:40. Kalani Sitake, BYU's coach, we're scheduling for tomorrow. Jerry Kill, New Mexico State's football coach, tomorrow as well. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, Amory, and Adrian, 505-246-0610. Hello, Speech. You're 10-2.
Go, Jeff. 10-2, baby. A win's a win. That win was for Lenny.
That was
for Lenny. I mean, we were kicking their ass in the second half, but we do have a habit of having a lull. But we did come back in the final minutes and win the game. Like I was saying, our defensive coach, he kind of prefers to pick his spots to win the game. I'm just hoping we can keep this going and go to the bowl.
Skull to the bowl. Thanks, Speech. Good to hear you. Glad you're well. All right, so Skull to the bowl. That's a little Vikings thing. I wonder where did hey Mariel know she's on the phone. Where the skull thing come from? Like, where did that all start? Is that a? I mean, I don't know. That's a big. Yeah. Where do you put them? I mean, everybody tells me it's Eagles and Cowboys, and I guess because the Cowboys beat them 40-3, it's got to be that way, right? I mean, if you put them, and it was up in their place, it was. I don't know how much more definitive you can get than 40-3.
You put them top
3.
You can say they're 3 now.
Yeah.
If you want to put a giant question mark over the 49ers.
Don't you have to?
Yeah. So the 49ers, I believe this team is the deepest it's been over this recent run. But without Jimmy Garoppolo, since 2018, they're 7-19.
Which is insanity, right? It's insanity. And his record, do you have his record in front of you? It's bonkers. He's winning at like a 79% clip. And they struggle without him. What was Trey Lance's injury?
Broke his leg.
So he's done. So yeah, it's Purdy the rest of the way, and it might not be Purdy. You know what I'm saying? It might not be all that Purdy, or it could be really Purdy. You got a Purdy mouth. What movie is that from? Sorry. Yeah, their defense is good enough to keep them in games.
Yeah.
Remember the score that they won in Green Bay last year?
Yeah, the defense is good enough, and you look around with Kyle Shanahan and the weapons that he has, it's the whole, hey, just keep us going in the right direction. Don't lose us a game. Keep it close enough, and we'll see if we can make a play in the fourth quarter.
They won 13-3 for those of you who don't remember. It was in Green Bay. It was the second round of the playoffs. The what do they call that? The divisional round, I guess. The wild card round, the divisional round, the second of the 3 weekends. They went up to Green Bay. It was the number 1 seed. It was cold, and they beat Aaron Rodgers 13-3. And can Kyle Purdy score 13 points in a game? I think what I saw yesterday, I think he can. Look, guys stay on rosters to fill this role. Now, they filled the role yesterday with Kyle Purdy because he came off the bench and you didn't know anything about him. And he's got a million weapons. And I thought what Kyle Shanahan and that offensive staff did, the plays that they called were perfect for him, don't you? First game in, I thought they were perfect. Hey, Amory, where did Skull come from? What Skull to the bowl is what your buddy Speech just told us. Where did it come from?
Let's calm down. Skull started Skull means cheers to us in Scandinavian.
Is that what it means?
And it started well,
no, I like that. Here's to me. No, I love that.
And it started about the year we lost the year before to the NFC Championship to the Eagles.
Okay.
It's
relatively new.
Oh yeah, it's a new thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right around they got the stadium, all that stuff.
All right. I like how those things become organic, things, and everybody does it. Like the jump around at Wisconsin. It's Game Day did that. I don't know if it was this week or last week. They did a whole thing on the guys who started jump around at Wisconsin and where that came from. I love when those things just kind of new traditions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think those are really cool.
Yeah, it's newer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a century, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, does it go back to Fran Tarkenton and the Purple People Leaders and that kind of stuff?
Uh-huh.
All right. Cincinnati's got a new coach in college football. Luke Fickell left. He went to Wisconsin. Scott Satterfield is the new coach. Scott Satterfield, 6-year contract. He was at, where was he?
Louisville.
Is it Louisville? Aren't they playing each other in the Fenway Bowl?
Yep.
Is that what they just did? So taking Cincinnati and Louisville, who are 100 miles apart, taking them to Boston to play them at Fenway Park, and one team just stole the other guy's coach? Wow. All right, that'll be a fun time in Fenway. That's the first ever Fenway Bowl. They've been trying to play that thing for 3 years. They got COVIDed out both years. But that's a nice matchup, Cincinnati and Louisville. All right, 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. We're going to give away tickets to New Mexico Bowl coming up at about 8:40. we will. I've got to get you winners and losers before we go. Baseball Hall of Fame, Fred McGriff, no Barry Bonds. I want to get your thoughts on that too, because that was very interesting. That happened over the weekend. We got the hoops to talk about if you want to. When do I get Lobo basketball again? Ever? Tomorrow night they play Western, right? Yeah, and then UTSA is in here on Saturday. Boy, just that cavity in the schedule. Not having the New Mexico State games leaves a hole. We're going to talk this week also to the promoter of the event in Vegas that put together that USF UNM game for next Monday. We'll do that probably tomorrow. 505-246-0610. Who's watching your home? I really hope it's the good guys. IPS watches my home, and especially in the holiday season when you're traveling, you've got packages left on the doorstep. Make sure the good guys have an eye on your home. International Protective Services, who I trust. I've trusted them for years. Aaron Jones started this company back in 2006, watching homes in Fort Hills. And now, all these years later, hundreds of homeowners and business owners all around the Boracay rely on IPS to protect what they've worked so hard to build. Whether it's highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols, IPS will look after what's important to you, your business, your home, your family. Give them a call. See what they can do for you. They're committed to our city and your protection. 505-897-2420. That's 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
M610, the sports animal.
All right, so as we talk college football coaching changes, holy smokes. I told you last week Deion Sanders had been offered the job at Colorado. And then the rumors started coming out on Friday that Deion and his staff had been recruiting. They wanted to finish out the SWAC championship game. And they won the SWAC championship game, and they're going to the Celebration Bowl. And right after the game, Deion sat with his players in the locker room. And did you watch the video?
The Jackson State one and the Colorado one, yes.
Okay. Did you watch the locker room video of Deion?
Both of them, yes.
All right. I didn't see the Colorado one.
That was...
All right, tell me why. Which way?
He was real, but he just pretty much stood in front of that locker room.
And performed?
And said, this is your new starting quarterback. It was his kid.
His kid.
Which he's bringing with him.
Okay, I didn't see that. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm bringing players with me.
Yeah.
So enter the transfer portal.
He told them all to go?
Most of them.
And the kids at Jackson State, he told don't enter the transfer portal.
And
I didn't see that.
But the way he was talking, and he's Deion Sanders, his prime time, everyone in the locker room was like the kids were getting into it. They're like, this is Deion Sanders, and he's telling you you're not playing on that football team next year.
Well, they're horrible.
But it was just the aura of it is like, I don't think any of these kids are actually listening to what he's saying. They're just in awe that it's Deion Sanders.
So I watched the 9 minutes of the I don't even know how I found 9 minutes this weekend, but I was watching Deion after the game sit in his throne up in front of the locker room, right in that big white chair, and tell the Jackson State kids that he's leaving and but you shouldn't leave. Like, don't you enter the transfer portal, but I'm gone. And this is how it is as a coach. You get elevated or you get terminated, and there ain't no in between. And I'm going, look, man, I'm not going to hold it against a coach to go take a gig. He said, this ain't about the bag. It's about the opportunities. He says, I don't chase money. Money chases me. The bag chases me. Right. Is what he told them. And I got no qualms with honestly, with the hire or accepting the hire. If I'm Colorado, I told you last week, and I won't take credit for this, but somebody who I respect in the business made the suggestion that if you were UNLV, you would go hard after Deion, throw everything at him. Yeah. And if I'm Colorado, and I'm probably the worst team in the Pac-12, right? I don't even think probably. They're the worst team in the Pac-12.
For them to pull this off,
yeah.
This is the biggest thing for Colorado since 5th down.
That's funny. Yeah.
This is the best hire in college football.
Whether it works in win or loss or not, it's a great hire.
As
it made
everyone
Colorado
is
relevant.
talking about the Buffaloes.
Yeah, Colorado just became relevant. And there are student athletes all over America, whether they're in the transfer portal or they're high school recruits or they're thinking about the transfer portal, who are now thinking about going to Colorado. 100%. It made them relevant. And so whether they win or not, great hire by them. Lenny, tough weekend, huh?
Yeah, tough. Let's just go Deion Sanders and do it. Can they make the jump into the top 20 or 10 like USC did after Lincoln Riley came over?
In 1 year, hell no. They're way worse than SC was.
No, but within 2 or 3 years with the transfer portal.
In 2 to 3 years, they can be a top 25 team. They can be. I'm not telling you they will be,
And
but
if
they
he
can.
starts winning, if they start winning, whatever money they're paying him, he will more than make up in ticket sales and everything else.
Of course. Of course.
So it was a great hire. He's done a great job with the college he was at.
Jackson
now
State.
let's see what he does in a bigger conference. But he will draw people because he's just a magnet.
No, that's right. There's not a lot of coaches
He's
that people go to
polarizing.
see.
But he's also very polarizing. But he's knowledgeable, and he could back up his talk because he played it
Mhm.
to a Hall of Fame career, and showed he can coach. So congratulations. Now let's go on to the Chargers. I can't talk anymore about that.
There's
nothing left.
They're brutal.
You lost to the Raiders.
Mhm.
It's brutal. And then we go to the flip side, and the Jets have the chance to beat the Vikings, and you're on the 2-yard line,
Knocking on the door.
and you can't run in 4 plays for 2 yards.
Nope. You throw it with Mike White.
You couldn't put. You couldn't throw. You couldn't put in 200-300 pounders off your defensive or offensive line as an extra person to push the running back through. And Mike White was off all game. You saw how many passes hit off the receiver's shoulders on crossing routes.
A bunch.
This was a game to put them in the driver's seat, and it now put them into the trunk.
Yep, in the trunk with, but I think this will get you Sean Payton as your new coach, which I think is going to be great for you.
For the Chargers, yes. For the Jets, that was just
the
bad
Chargers
play calling by Robert Saleh, or whoever the coordinator is.
That's right. I was on your wrong
When
team.
when you're 6 feet from a goal,
Yeah, bang
you
it
don't
in, dude.
throw the ball.
No, bang it in,
Ask
especially
TCU
if
how they feels about that, though.
I mean, TCU tried it. I thought, didn't you think Duggan got in the first time?
Oh, I
I
love
thought
that
he
And
kid.
then last thing, can San Francisco win with the 7th round pick with the defense they have? Is this going to be another Baltimore Ravens circa 2001?
Brock Purdy, not Kyle Purdy, as I said. Brock Purdy. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, can they win?
Yes.
Yeah, they can win to a level because I don't think, well, whatever they play, their defense is good enough to win games. I want to
Is Fred
see.
Warner that special of a linebacker?
No.
I think he is.
You know, I think, and we're all automatically assuming that Brock Purdy is no good, and I guess I'm gonna hold out answer until this time next week because I want to see Brock Purdy play a full game on a full week of prep and see if he is. Look, if you get that guy, the guy that I watched yesterday, if you get that guy the rest of the season with their defense, are they good? They just beat the Dolphins handily, didn't they? Like, yeah, so they're good
Yeah,
enough.
they did
they're
a
good enough to
number
win.
on Tua, who was in the conversation for MVP.
Yeah. So to your point, I don't know. I mean, if you just say with a 7th round pick, period, probably not. But let's see. Is this guy special? I don't know.
No, with the guy I saw yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think he does, and he can do it. And their defense will keep it close enough from them to win it.
100%.
And lastly,
Yeah.
the Mets made a good offer for DeGrom.
Yeah, but he went to Texas.
They had to look at the medicals. Texas spent a lot of money last year on Sager and Simeon. They brought in. I mean, I understand DeGrom had to leave and take the money of $185 million guaranteed with the chance to make $220. With the Rangers, he'll probably pitch all 6 years. With the Mets, in his luck, he'd probably be out after 1.
They just it's
The Mets had to make a decision. So now they've lost 3 starting pitchers.
Syndergaard and him.
So now they've got to replace Bassett, Tijon Walker, and him, which means they're going to probably sign Rendon and Verlander.
and spend a lot
And the
of
price
money.
for both of them and the price for them both went up because of DeGrom, because no one was anticipating
reset.
the Rangers throwing out that much money.
Yeah. All right, man. No, it's good, and thanks for the call, Lenny. We'll talk to you during the week. I think they're going to overspend for Verlander, right? They just will,
They'll throw a ton of money at him,
like they did for
Years.
Scherzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will. Deion going to Colorado. How many coaches will you go watch? Like, there's not a lot of teams you'll say, well, they're coming to town. I want to see them because it's their coach. Rick Majerus is one of those guys, right? When Rick Majerus' team came to the pit, you had to see him. I think that's happening with Rick Pitino here in 2 weeks, right? I mean, does anybody know one thing or one player on Iona? I don't even know if half the Global fans know what Iona's nickname is, the Gales. But Rick Pitino's a coach you want to go see, right? Deion's going to be one of those guys. Is Saban would be that guy in college football? Dabo? I mean, is there anybody else that does it for you in college football that you want to go see, coach-wise?
Not like Deion Sanders.
Right, but Deion's that guy. To Lenny's point, to your point, they are relevant now. They were a horrible team. I mean, this isn't arguable. This isn't debatable, and I'm not ripping on the Buffaloes, but they were horrible. They were 1-11 this year. Their one win was over Cal. They beat them 20-13. Air Force beat them 41-10. They weren't in games this year. They lost 41-10, 38-13, 49-7, 45-17, 43-20, 42-9, 49-10, 55-17, 54-7, 63-21. Like they were brutal bad, right?
Yes.
And so you bring him in, and so if he's in the locker room saying y'all need to get in the transfer portal because I'm bringing in dudes, it's probably what he was hired to do, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's just watching the reaction was wild.
I need to find that.
You had.
I didn't see that.
It's the reality of the situation. Like, he's not telling a lie. It's what's going to happen. New coach coming in, bad football team. There's going to be a lot of roster turnover. But just to sit there in the moment, you got the Colorado Buffaloes, the players in the locker room. They're like, oh, this is Deion Sanders. They're getting into it. And he's telling y'all,
I don't want
you won't be playing on the football team next year.
I'm bringing in my dudes. I don't want any of them. He's like, yeah, okay, coach, yeah. All right, I'm gonna get my butt out of here. Yeah. but great hire, because all of a sudden you're talking about a 1-11 Colorado Buffaloes. Who's it? The Pac-12 said, I don't know that the league needs that much flamboyancy or something like that. There was a coach or some. I saw a quote coming out of there last week that I don't know if that much flamboyancy is good for the league. Really? You are stuffy.
Someone might be a little nervous.
You don't know how to tackle. By the way, SC on Friday night.
Approaching, 30 missed tackles in that game?
What the hell was that? With the opportunity they had in front of them to get run out of that built like they did in the second half. Now, I got it. Their quarterback got hurt. And good for Caleb Williams, because I thought he was courageous, like TCU's kid, right? These hurt quarterbacks laying it all out on the line. But that has nothing to do with the way Utah ran through that SC defense. It was disturbing with everything SC had on the line. And all the offense we want to talk about, and Lincoln Riley has done a great job. They're 10-2. They're going to Cotton Bowl. They'll play Tulane. They're going to a New Year's Six Bowl. It's a great turnaround. And if we'd have started the season, you said we're taking that 4-8 team and said they're going to be in the Pac-12 championship team, or I'm sorry, Pac-12 championship game and go to a New Year's Six game, you just said, what a great year Lincoln Riley has, right? Mm-hmm. But with everything on the line, and they couldn't tackle. It was disturbing. All right, you want to give away tickets? What do we got? 2, 4? How many you got? 2 tickets? All right, 2 tickets to the December 17th New Mexico Bowl. It is BYU and SMU. 17th annual, so callers, you don't want me to go that high, do you? Give me a number. What do you like? Caller number 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. You're going up to 10. I caller number 10 right now. You got a pair of tickets to go see what should be a great game on the 17th. Call now. It's courtesy of your good friend A. Marie at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
So we approach the halfway point of the second half. Penny Hashigan's behind the defense now. A chance to knot this. It's a 2-goal game as Penny Hashigan gets a beauty from her sister Maddie Hashigan.
Meanwhile, here it's still 14-7, 3rd and 15. Montoya, it's just a draw. Stovall breaks one. He gets a block, and there it is, first down. How about Stovall? But I'll tell you what, it was the block of Makai Gonzalez that sprung that one free.
The stiffness in those balls they got today.
Pascal Bell's going to keep it. He sees a huge hole up the middle. Now he cuts to the sideline. He's got one more man to beat. Pascal Bell is going to go in for the touchdown. No, they marked him short.
For her team as she feeds that one.
Wow, great ball, Ed.
Savannah Sanchez, can she get number 2? She dishes it to Solis.
Unselfish. How unselfish was that play?
Amazing.
What a beautiful ball dished off for the guaranteed goal. I love it.
Help these guys out.
He's out in motion at the top. They'll hand it up the middle instead. Huge hole. He's shot out of a cannon, and he is in. It's a touchdown for Andres Villalobos.
Castro, there's the screen. It's complete. Oh, he escaped the first tackler. Breaks a tackle. Nothing but green. Rumbling. Stumbling. He could go all the way. That's Kenneth Size. Sizes up the end zone for 6. With the body language, Jackson was to the sideline. He gave his coach a little bit of a handshake.
Interception right into the hands of Gabe Pino, and Pino's off to the races. It's a touchdown for Volcano Vista. It's a pick 6 for Pino. Fires a score on a 47-yard run for Villalobos. The extra point was no good, and it's 14-6. Smashed it up. Byron Cooper alongside 30-yard line. So this is the start here. And he's going to keep it. This is Cordova looking for some room. Cordova's got some room. He cuts back up the middle. Can they chase him down? No. T-Sizzle is going to the house. It's a touchdown for Tristan Cordova.
Every time I see Cordova.
Lovington can be dangerous from here.
We'll see what they do. Lucas Contreras, he goes for goal, and he's got it! He's done that twice in his career, and this time it puts his team ahead on the Hope Christian Huskies. And welcome back here. Right on time for the second half. He goes for goal, and he makes it!
Are you kidding me? Brian Ramirez saw the keeper sleeping, and he just did him right off the kickoff. Oh, my goodness.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
Ted, the sports animal.
All right, text line. How do you rip on how bad Colorado is, yet firmly believe Danny Con, C-O-N, in capital letters, Gonzalez, has shown us enough potential to get a fourth year? It must be because you know he listens to the show and you don't want to hurt his feelings. Yeah, it must be. That and my love affair, right? So if reality is reality, look, New Mexico is a bad football team, okay? New Mexico's offense was bad, and they've got to get better. And they had already fired Carl Durrell up there. They were looking for a coach. They were a bad football team in the Pac-12, and they hired Dion. Okay, great hire. Do I think New Mexico with this staff? I mean, they're going to get another year. I guess part of it too, JG, is I was pretty certain. I mean, I would have bet my mortgage on it that Danny was and this coaching staff were getting another year, right? And so I know there's some, and this emailer is quite consistent about his feelings or her feelings, and I appreciate that, and I respect it. I just, if I have a different feeling, I'm an idiot.
Acknowledging the story. There's no story with the coach right now. Danny Gonzalez, his seat's on fire next year.
There's no doubt.
That's the reality,
and he knows it.
Like, they go 2-10 again, then you can't just keep making excuses or looking for the future for Danny Gonzalez. The fact was, Colorado had fired their coach, just hired Deion Sanders. Thus, we're talking about that story, and the Lobos are not firing their head coach right now.
Yeah, and it's different. I mean, we're talking about the scenario. We went in and said basically,
and it's next year for Danny Gonzalez in local football. It's going to be really tough because you're talking about having to hit year one on an offensive coordinator and offensive players. Because are you giving that Danny an extra 2 years because it's a first year OC? It ain't gonna be easy next year.
It's a big year, man. It's obviously really big. But yeah, I get it. I and you have your feelings, and we differ on our opinions. I mean, obviously, what was it, Amory? I have a love affair.
Yeah, you had a love affair.
Well, I'm just glad though that person understands the show.
Yeah.
Gets it.
Where's the other one? Mud says 2022 New Mexico Bowl will be a game for the ages. Two 1980s powerhouse teams from way back in the New Mexico Bowl. What a get, Jefferson. No, thanks. I think it's a good matchup. I'm actually really looking forward to the game itself. All right, 505-246-0610.
NFL Sunday, New Mexico Bowl. How about net rankings? I know we were talking about that last week. First official net rankings were released for college basketball. Lobos 27th, Lobo men's basketball in the net rankings. Haven't lost, so they don't have any bad losses. Have a really good Quadrant 1 win right now. That's St. Mary's. Quadrant 3 is SMU at this moment in time. We'll get into that, but I know a lot of people were excited about even the early season numbers with the 7-0 start for Lobo men's basketball. It's back on the court tomorrow. Lobo women, that's what Arizona does. 14th ranked team in the country came in, beat them yesterday, 77-60. So their numbers not so great to start the season. But an opportunity with Abilene Christian and tomorrow in Mexico State on Sunday. Got to start winning some games in December. Set yourself up for Mountain West play. Biggest takeaways from the NFL weekend. Jeff still has to give you his winners and losers from Sunday, and it is there's a whole lot of options from yesterday. Contenders, pretenders, how you feeling about the San Francisco 49ers? Stacked roster, but a 7th-round rookie quarterback having to take over. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, Amory, Adrian. 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers, they maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
$7 o'clock in the morning. 7 a.m. Where have you been? 7
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bond.
All right, Dion's the coach of Colorado. The Cowboys put up 54 on the Colts, 33 in the fourth quarter. Did I say that right? 33 in the fourth quarter. What the hell is going on? Broncos put up 9 all day. I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. It's the opening drive. Good morning to you. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, Adrian, and y'all, 505-246-0610. Do we have anything else to give out today, or we'll just do it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Every day this week, we're giving out $25 to All-In Autographs, and we'll also give out tickets to the New Mexico Bowl, right? Is that correct?
Right.
All right, 505-246-0610 is how to get here. 888. No, wait, that's too many eights. Who pays toll anymore? Does anybody use the 888? Like, if I called right now at 888,
I don't think anyone does.
Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. All right. Biggest story out of yesterday was Jim Garoppolo with the Niners. I'm going to tell you a second big one to me, and I know you say it happens all the time. We haven't talked about the Bengals yet, but the Bengals beating the Chiefs, to me, is significant because they may meet again. Now, the Bengals get the Browns, the Bucks, the Patriots, the Bills, the Ravens. Like, they've got a tough run. I'm going to tell you in the AFC, when everybody's telling me about everybody but the Bengals, the defending champs. Now, I'm not picking them to win it, okay? But I'm not going to tell you they can't. I think the Bills probably overall are better. I actually think the Chiefs probably overall are better. But the Chiefs have a problem getting by the Bengals.
They've won 3 in a row.
Yes.
Like, if you need a reminder of how good, over the Chiefs, how good Cincinnati is, you just haven't been paying attention. Everyone's talking about the Bengals. They love the Bengals. They're 8-2 the last 10 games. They're a real contender. It's Kansas City, it's Buffalo, it's Cincinnati. And then you start talking about Miami or looking at someone else in the AFC.
Tennessee, who got
Tennessee's
pumped.
1-5 against winning teams this year.
Pumped yesterday.
They're a pretender.
The Eagles. Pumped.
Pretender.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Cincinnati's Samaje Perine stepping up 106 yards. Joe Burrow always delivering on the biggest stage. Head-to-head with Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow lives for that stuff. The Bengals are real. There's zero surprise about that win. It's a great matchup. We'll see it again late in the postseason. And even with Patrick Mahomes, you're just looking at it going, I think you got to pick Cincinnati.
If that game was in Kansas City in the playoffs, who would you take right now? I mean, at some point, they're not always going to beat them. I would probably still take Kansas City. But, boy, would you be surprised? And, by the way, Cincinnati's not just a finesse team. No. Cincinnati can run it down your freaking neck. They did it without their best running back. And to your point, Samaje Perine. You're like, wait, what? Samaje Perine. Joe Mixon was out with the concussion again. And they ran Samaje Perine for 134 total yards or something like that, right down the throats of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, like, the Chiefs are good. Do you worry about them defensively at all?
Not really.
Okay.
Because it was a game where they were kicking a field goal with 3.5 minutes left to tie it.
Okay.
1-score game on the road.
Perine ran for 106 and caught another bunch of passes for 49. 6 passes. Well, was he a player in your PPR league yesterday? If you picked up Samaje Perine, if you played against him, you're pissed. But yeah, this was a big deal. Sid said, we'll get into that. I'll get there in a minute. I'm getting there. All right, other stuff. How concerned are you about the Ravens and this Lamar Jackson thing? I'm concerned about them before. I just don't know. John Harbaugh's safe, right? And they win games, so I guess. But to beat, 10-9 over the Broncos, which is such a typical Bronco game. Lamar has not been great. Huntley comes in and wins. Do you consider the Ravens at 8-4 and tied with this team who we're telling you is so good? Do you consider them a threat? They finished with the Browns. I'm sorry, the Steelers, the Browns, the Falcons, the Steelers, and the Bengals. Their schedule's way easier than the Bengals, or at least seems to be way more manageable.
They're not as good as a football team. Roquan Smith got hurt yesterday.
Yeah, their defense
left the game. The way that even before yesterday, the amount of leads that they've lost in the fourth quarter, it's concerning. The unknown with Lamar Jackson. The stock has fallen. If you're looking for a cheap stock to buy, it'd be the Ravens because there's not a lot of value in it right now. Is Lamar Jackson out? Is he not? Everyone likes Huntley. Like when we talk about back quarterbacks in the league, they've been talking about him for a couple seasons. They didn't finish the year great last year when Lamar Jackson went out.
They've won 5 of their last 6. I mean, as bad as, as marginal as they've been, I don't want to say bad. That's not fair. As marginal as they've been, as pedestrian as they might have looked, they've won 5 of their last 6. Like, they do find a way to win. And look, we talk all the time. There's something about finding a way to win close games, right? Ask the Vikings. Shh. Don't say anything.
And 3 of their 4 losses are against teams that, well, 2 of them.
Yeah, the Jaguar loss is tough, right? That one's a tough one to explain.
Jaguars, that's the one. The late leads
28-27, and they went for 2.
The Giants, when they were on a little bit of a heater early in the season.
Yeah.
But then Bills and Dolphins.
Yeah. Yeah, but meanwhile, they beat everybody else. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Jets. They beat the Buccaneers. There's still something there, John Harbaugh teams that find a way to win when it gets late and cold and physical. Now, without Lamar, I don't know. I mean, but has he been spectacular? He hasn't been. He flat out hasn't been. So I sit here and so those are the stories to me. Lions win again. So, all right, this one's amazing to me a little bit with the Lions. And they lost a lot of close games early. They are 5-7. No way, right? No way. They've won 4 of their last 5. Do you know that with the Lions? Vikings, Jets, Panthers, Bears, Packers. Vikings are better than them. I think the Jets are. But no way, right? Like, there's no way they make a run for that last wild card spot. The last wild card spot right now is the Seahawks. Seahawks are 7-5. The Lions are 5-7. That's only 2 games, dude. They can't make up 2 games, right?
Well, you still have 2 teams in front of them.
That's right. I understand.
Even to get to 7, the Commanders.
Yep.
And Seahawks, and so they're both going to have to stumble where the Lions get really hot, and I don't see that happening.
Lions are hot. They're 4 out of 5. That's hot.
Okay.
I don't either, by the way. I don't see it happening.
Is it
either.
possible for the Lions? Yes, because you get to play the Panthers and the Bears and a hot and cold Packers team to finish the season. But then you also need 2 teams to not play well down the stretch. How about Jared Goff? Someone come after him? The Lions keep him around?
Well, I don't know that anybody comes after him, but do the Lions keep him around? Right? I mean, to me, that's the big issue. Do the Lions keep him around?
Because when we're talking about these teams and the future of Derek Carr, where he's going to go, openings, you feel like, all right, Atlanta's going to move on. They're going to need a quarterback. Do the Lions feel set with Jared Goff? I think the answer is yes.
Do they?
And see if you can build a defense and keep pushing this thing towards being a playoff team next season.
All right. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. When we come back, I want to get through the weekend in college football, what the Aggies did. I want to talk a little bit about their bowl opportunity, which I think is really nice for them. I want to get into USC, TCU. Do you feel Alabama got hosed? I don't think anybody does, but we can get into all that. But I want to get into the college stuff as well. We're still open on the NFL if you want to get there. And then at the bottom, 9:30, we'll get you winners and losers. Winter weather is a killer on your vehicle, right? And another winter is coming quickly. Before winter weather hits in full, I'm calling On the Spot Automotive Detailing, and I suggest you do as well. They will come to you wherever it's convenient for you, whenever it is convenient for you, and they'll detail your car. Get it ready for winter. What does that mean, detail? Inside, outside, under the hood, under the seats, around the rims, tires. Like, this isn't just taking it to a car wash. This is what the lots do. This is like when you first take your car home and get it off the lot. It's unbelievable. While you're at it, ask them about ceramic coating. They apply it by hand. It's the best way to protect your vehicle's paint for years, and they offer a lifetime warranty. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is also a great holiday gift. Who is not going to love it? I've given this a number of times. People freaking love this gift. On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Call today, schedule your appointment. The number is 505-859-2859. Area code 5058-592859, or you can go online and purchase there at otsdetailing.com.
Telling it like it is.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports.
Just listen to Dion addressing the Colorado players. He says, I'm coming, and when I get here, there's going to be change. So I want y'all to get ready and go ahead and jump in that portal, because the more you jump in, the more room there is to make change. Like, why don't all y'all get out of here? That's kind of what he said to him, right?
Yes.
Is that what you heard?
Yes. He's being real with them.
Just what more do you want?
But just
right?
seeing everyone in the locker room like, yeah, it's Coach Sanders, let's go. And then they're like,
wait, Coach
what?
Brown just told me to get the hell out of here?
Why is here?
Yeah.
Why is here?
Kind of like it here. Wait a minute. What did he just say? All right. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amory, Adrian. 4-team college football playoff is set. Georgia versus Ohio State in the 4-1 matchup. I believe that to be the Fiesta Bowl, right? And then it'll be Michigan and TCU. You good with TCU getting in? Because I am.
Yes.
Of course.
All right. So was this relatively easy, you think? There's not a lot of controversy here? And the only controversy coming from Nick Saban, and I get it, that's his job, but they lost 2 games, and by the way, who did they beat? Right? TCU played a tougher schedule. Alabama, well, the SEC is really tough. And the 2 top teams that you played beat you.
Alabama's not used to this.
I get it. And look, Alabama's really good. And the argument, would they be favored against Michigan?
I don't think they would right now.
I'm not certain I think they would be either. They might be favored against TCU and Ohio State, maybe. But they're out. I think, look, getting a little new blood in there, and TCU's a smaller private school, the smaller alumni base. I firmly believe that the committee did the right thing. And I'm watching games on Friday and Saturday like you all are, and watching TCU try to come back. And I thought Max Duggan got in on the first play, and then they get jammed at the goal line twice. And there's no guarantee they would have got the 2-point conversion. But they got jammed right there. And good for K-State, by the way. Good for K-State. But I do think they got it right, don't you?
I do think that there is a legit, of the 3 between USC and Ohio State, like a legit conversation there.
Between USC and Ohio State?
Yes. Because where I'm happy that we're moving on from this is USC, yes, they could have won, but they were penalized for playing in a championship game.
And Ohio State didn't play in
doesn't
one.
Doesn't have to put anything on the line.
Yeah.
And they get in. And that's the one thing I don't like about that.
Well, but I don't know that it's going to change. So
no, because USC would still they'd be a wild card team.
Probably. They'd be at 10. Well, the way the standings are now, they'd be the last team in because that would basically drop them to 11 because, 10. Penn State would be the last team in. Washington would be out because you'd have to put in Tulane. So you'd be getting Tulane, Alabama this week. You'd be getting Penn State, Tennessee this week. You'd be getting Clemson, USC this week, and you'd be getting Utah, Kansas State. They were not this week in the first round.
And Tennessee too, without your starting quarterback. Sorry.
No, I understand. Is that the same?
South Carolina happened.
Same with the Niners. I get it. Just on the outside.
And first round playoff games at home sites.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, so it would be buys for the first 4. Alabama would host Tulane, right? Tennessee would host Penn State. Clemson would host USC, and Utah would host Kansas State. It's nice, and we're going to get it. It looks like one more year of the current system, and then it's going to up to 12. Edward, good morning.
Well, good morning. You know, I thought I was on the east side of London this morning with all this fog.
That was nice, huh? Something else.
Listening to the Pet Shop Boys. I was in London in '86. Pet Shop Boys had the #1 hit, West End Girls. Fantastic.
Yeah, it wasn't that good of a
song. Hey, speaking of Europe,
how
about the Frenchies? You know, the Frenchies just continue to deliver, and I don't have their best player's name committed to memory.
They beat the
But
Poles.
my man is the man. JJ knows, I'm sure.
Who's France's best player?
Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, there you go, Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, that's my guy.
How do you not know that?
You know, they do call me the Ronaldo of the Southwest, but you know what? Since I'm part Frenchie,
Who's that?
we're rooting for the Frenchies to win back-to-back
World Cup.
back-to-back World Cups. Indeed. Hey, Overreaction Monday. Handsome Jimmy Garoppolo, who's blessed with handsomeness. That's such an unfortunate situation, and I know the backup did well, but once they get film on him, then you're at the mercy of great defensive coordinators. But very unfortunate. Joe Burrow, now 3-0 in the last calendar year versus Mahomes, which it's not just one-on-one, it's team versus team. When I watch him, and they reference this on the CBS postgame show, when I watch him, I see Joe Montana. I really do. That guy's amazing. I mean, and the throws he makes under pressure. I'd love to see the Cincinnati Bengals, get to the Super Bowl again and hopefully win it. If I was a fan of the Eagles, 49ers, and Cowboys, I would want Patrick Mahomes out. He's the best player in the league, and that guy just makes things happen that most people can't. And if I wanted to win the Super Bowl, I would want him out and take your chances with Burrow and Allen and so on and so forth. And I'm telling you, the Bengals are going to go on a run, and I'm here for it. TCU, I myself don't believe they deserve to get in, but I understand the logic.
Tell me why.
They struggled all year. They struggled all year against 6 and 7 win teams, and they won. They won the games they had to win. They played a team that didn't even have their best player on Saturday in the biggest moment, and they got beat, right? They got beat. And now, could you make a case? Yeah, sure, they get in. Do I think they're going to get throttled? Absolutely. I think that they should have put them in the four. Go ahead, Jeff.
If they get throttled, does that prove your point? Because I want you to look at the history of these semifinal games. I think there's been, JJ, what are we doing this for 5 years? No, we do it for 10 years. If there's been 20 games, I think 2 of them have been good games, like the semifinal games. And we always go, oh, see, they didn't belong. So I'm not going to use that as a measuring stick. They won the games, right? I mean, so is winning. Should they have gotten penalized for losing their championship game, as opposed to? I'm going to guess you're going to say Alabama should be in. Alabama, who didn't win their division and lost to LSU, who obviously isn't very good, and lost the game in Tennessee. So, and who did they beat, by the way? And you got one comparative record in Texas, and they got by Texas. TCU handled Texas more than. I mean, we would all agree, right? Alabama was lucky to get the hell out of there.
No, you're right. Absolutely. That was the missed blitz play. Do I think they have a compelling case? Absolutely. It's just my personal opinion. And you're right. Let me tell you this. Cincinnati was head and shoulders above better than this TCU team this year. They couldn't make first downs against Georgia last year.
Georgia's that much better than
first downs.
Yeah. Georgia's that much better.
Hey, by the way, most importantly out of all this content, Jeff, you're the man. The SMU BYU matchup, phenomenal. This community to get those two teams, I'm so proud of you. And I'm proud of this community. And for that game, that's an amazing game. And New Mexico State's going to win that bowl game. Just watch. For year one, he's going to win a freaking bowl game, and I'm here for it as well. Yeah. Thank you for letting me share my thoughts, and you guys have a delightful day.
Thanks. So you said New Mexico State's favored, right? I'm stoked for New Mexico State, by the way. They finished out their season 65-3 over Valpo. Did you watch any of that? Every time I flipped over, there was another dude running up and down the field. Like, they beat the living stuffing out. That was, but you know what it says? You know, in years past, maybe they beat that team 28-7, right? It says that they've come a long, long way. It really does. Their defense has been decent to good against the non-power teams. Their defense has been getting better all year. They beat 4 FBS teams in Hawaii, UMass, New Mexico, and Liberty. And they will get rewarded. They get to go to Detroit, and they get to play in an NFL stadium, and I'm stoked for them. JD, good morning.
Good morning. When I saw the bowl matchup for the New Mexico Bowl, I can't tell you why I got so excited. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's because I've never seen these two teams play in person. But I thought that was just a great matchup. That's just awesome.
I'm glad.
I hope you have a record attendance this year. I don't know if you will, but what is the record attendance anyway?
34,111, I think.
Yeah, but BYU travels pretty well, so you may have a shot at that. So, and I thought all the bowl games are just great. I mean, all the way around. the Gator Bowl is going to be great. I think all the bowls, even the Sugar Bowl and the Orange Bowl, they're all going to be good. And as far as TCU, they didn't have much of a choice once they lost. Like you said, who are you going to take?
Yeah, 2 loss
I mean, they put their
Alabama,
case
2.
in- yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think they'll be okay. I mean, do I think anybody will beat either Michigan or Georgia? Probably not. But, and it just depends on Ohio State, right? I mean, history says they won't perform well. But you never know. That's a pretty good team. I was a little surprised they lost to Michigan the way they did, especially without Corum for Michigan. But that's why you got to play the games. But let's see if anybody can beat Georgia, right? That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. They seem to be head and shoulders above everybody else. All right, man. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Look, I'm pumped about our game. But if you look down the schedule, we'll do that here in a little bit. JJ, there's some sneaky good ones. The Cure Bowl on Friday night before us, UTSA and Troy. You're like, well, whatever. That's 2 champions. That's the Conference USA champion versus the Sun Belt champion. Like, he got a good game at the Cure Bowl. UTSA versus Troy is really nice. Cincinnati, Louisville, and the Fenway game is actually not even sneaky good. It's really good. Washington State, Fresno State in the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl is really nice. I'm just throwing a few at you. The jump. What do you think of Boise State, North Texas? North Texas fired Seth Luttrell yesterday. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that actually.
Yeah. They don't have they don't have an AD. They just North Texas. They just played in their conference championship game. Seth Luttrell's got him to another bowl game and got him in a conference championship game, and without an AD, who he just left for West Virginia.
Why'd they fire him?
Because they're not championship. They didn't like they think there's something that they're probably not. They're like many fan bases, and obviously the administration thinks that they should be winning championships every year. Right? We got money, we got resources. They're going into the American next year. They're changing leagues, and I thought Seth was a pretty good coach, and I still think that. And got North Texas. I want to say 6 out of 7 years he's been to a bowl game, and they fired him. But that's an interesting. What do you think of Boise State getting them in the Frisco Bowl?
Can you imagine?
It's all right.
It's fine.
Yeah, yep. But there's some other ones. Baylor Air Force. How about those two contrasts? That's in armed forces. Like our Air Force tends to win some of these games, man. Their defense is number
Baylor's
one in
not
the country.
The Art Briles Baylor.
That's right.
They're very physical. So it should be a good matchup because the Air Force is as well.
Gasparilla got a good one. Wake Forest, Missouri. Yeah, if you go down, there's some really, really compelling stuff. All right, winners and losers, biggest winners, biggest losers in the NFL when we get back.
And I have to tell you about the best brewery in town. I finally found it, and that is 377 Brewery. It is named after the flight wing at Kirtland Air Force Base. 377 Brewery is on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson, close to the base, around the corner from the pit, and even close to the Sunport. 377 Brewery has award-winning European-style brews and a kitchen voted top 4 by Yelp reviews. They also have an amazing event space, what they use for holiday parties, retirement parties, birthday parties. They have live music, and now they have stand-up comedy. Thanks to your girl, A. Marie. It's for anyone who enjoys good friends and great beer. Look them up at 377brewery.com.
Haters gonna... We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
All right, winners, losers in the NFL. It's a little tougher this week. I'm not going to lie to you. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, Adrian. You can watch the show on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26. All right, you ready for biggest winners, biggest losers of the NFL this week?
Ready.
All right. I got my biggest winner in the NFL this week is the Cincinnati Bengals, because the way this was the showdown. This was the biggest game. They took on the team that many of us thought was the best team in the NFL. Maybe it's certainly in the AFC, one of them, and they beat them for the third straight time. And it was 27-24. Yes, it was at home. But for them to start out at, what were they, JJ? They won 8 in a row? Is that not 8 in a row? What's the number? For them to start out 0-2. Yeah, 0-2. So they've gone 8-2 in the last 10 weeks. And after their start and to beat this team, I think, I don't know if it's a statement, but A, they needed to stay tied for first place with the Ravens. And biggest game, biggest win. I got them as my number one winner. My number two winner is the Vikings. They because they continue to win, and they can. I don't care if you're telling me they continue to sneak by, but after getting beat 40-3 by the Cowboys, the way they bounce back and they continue to win. They are 10-2. They are the number 2 seed in the NFC. They beat a good team. They had a goal line stand, and they continue to find a way. And we talk about knowing how to win, learning how to win, knowing you can win in close games. And I got them at number 2. Number 3 was tough for me. I do have an honorable mention, but I'm going with the Niners because they won with Brock Purdy at quarterback for the majority of the game. The Seahawks won, so they had to stay ahead of them. But now every win's going to be important for the 49ers. And what they did to a high-flying Miami offense, who was scoring points at the clip that they were scoring, to go in and shut them down and still put 33 on the board without Jim Garoppolo, I thought it was a huge win for the Niners. So I got Bengals, Vikings, Niners, but I'm going to honorable mentions the Lions, by the way. 4 out of their last 5 and kind of maybe in the periphery of the conversation for the playoffs. I don't think they're in that conversation, but maybe on the periphery. You okay with my winners?
Good with your winners.
All right. You got anybody else I forgot?
No, I thought that was great.
All right. Biggest loser of the weekend, Chargers. This was this team, everybody's favorite. Everybody loved him. And they're getting healthy. I got it. Mike Williams is out, but you still have Keenan Allen. You still have Eckler. You still have Ingram. You still, or not Ingram, tight end. Help me. 7, Gerald Everett. That's what I'm saying. You still have weapons. You still have superstar young gun quarterback in Herbert. I don't understand how they keep losing games like this. And they are out of the playoff picture. And they can't lose that game. That was a division game that they had to win, and they didn't. Number 2 to me is the Titans. Not just because they lost to the Eagles, because everybody's losing to the Eagles, but because of the way they lost to the Eagles and got pumped 35-10, and they are now 1-5 against teams with a winning record. So big picture, they're still going to probably win that division. Bigger picture, where do they fall in the AFC? What do you think of them? and I'm just struggling with what I think of them. So I got them as a number 2 loser. Number 3 is Miami, going across the country. This was a test. Are they for real? Can they travel? Can they go? They're opening up a stretch where they've got a lot of division games after this, and going across the country, they knock out this other team starting quarterback. You get Mr. Irrelevant on the other side, and not just lose, but lose 33-17. I thought that was a big loss. So I got 3 winners: Bengals, Vikings, Niners. The 3 biggest losers: Chargers, Titans, Miami.
It's tough on Miami, but when we're talking about a team potentially being an AFC contender, someone that could be playing an AFC championship game, you want to see more from them in that moment. Is even if you're Miami going, all right, our starting tackles are out, and so Tua's going to face some pressure. He was rattled throughout that game, was not good in the middle part of it. He had the first throw of the game, like a 15-yard pass, and then the yards after the catch for the touchdown, hit a late throw to Tyreek Hill, but in between, San Francisco had him flustered. He was off. He wasn't as smooth, and they could not run the football in that game to save their lives. And yeah, when you have high expectations, even in a game where San Francisco overall is favored, but then you add in Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. They played with the back quarterback the entire game. Still a hard one for Miami.
Yep. You okay with my list today? You got anybody on there that should?
No, I was pretty even right there with you.
I struggled with the Lions and Niners.
Yeah.
And who else did I ask you? Who was the other one? There was somebody else I was talking.
I think the Niners, for how they responded offensively.
Oh, Cowboys. The Cowboys. I almost put the Cowboys in there too, just because how impressive they were.
What they did in the fourth quarter.
I mean, they look 54-19. Dude, that's a score that you see Alabama against San Jose State, right?
That was bad. Yes. Yes.
To see 33 of those 54 points come in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 33 in the fourth quarter. But when you see a final 54-19,
you don't think an NFL game,
right? You're thinking Wisconsin played Nevada, right? Those games.
And your honorable mention losers, I'd have the Jaguars there.
Yeah. So what's going on there?
Don't score 14 points against the Lions. They're even up like 30 points a game.
So this is the Trevor Lawrence conversation, isn't it? 179 yards, 1 touchdown. He was 17 of 31. Who's a better quarterback in that game, Jared Goff or Trevor Lawrence?
Jared Goff.
So let me ask you this. This is all right. You need a quarterback for the next 2 years. Who do you want, Jared Goff or Trevor Lawrence?
Who's my team?
You are the San Francisco 49ers.
Jared Goff.
All right, let me
can do it.
I got to do better.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, fair enough. You are the Atlanta Falcons. You are the. I'm trying to find someone close.
Yes.
How about you're the Denver Broncos?
He's like, stop.
He's just stared into space. Yeah.
It's
not easy, is it?
It's not, because you're talking about teams that we thought would be like, hey, plug and play quarterback, be good. And Jared Goff is that dude right now. Like, if you have a good football team, I'd be super happy with Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is
look what he did with the Rams. It'd be the same thing if you put him in San Francisco.
He's salvaged his career, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's absolutely salvaged his career. Does he get another contract? Not like his last one.
Now, I wouldn't. Atlanta, they don't know how to call an offense. That's not just Marcus.
Yeah, Atlanta was a bad call.
No, but because you could say, oh, Jared Goff goes there. They are the. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm blanking, Jeff. The
Marcus Mediocre?
Well, yeah. No, they are scared to throw the football.
Yeah, they are.
They're not even giving Marcus Mariota a
man.
chance. They wasted Kyle Pitts the entire season.
They're wasting Drake London.
Why did you draft a wide receiver?
I know.
Pick a wide receiver. If you don't, they don't throw the football on first down. They don't utilize play action.
I know.
So I get Marcus Mariota's not great, but they have not given him the opportunity at all this season. They're just like, hey, we're running the football. Hopefully we'll run for a lot of yards. If we don't, then you have the first half like they did against the Steelers. Fell behind, and once they're behind, they're like, oh, we don't know what to do.
Steelers and Commanders, are they looking for a quarterback in the offseason?
Steelers, I don't think the Steelers are. Just yet.
So the Steelers aren't going to get the playoffs, but the Commanders might, and we're still like, Taylor Heineke can't do it, right? He's never going to win himself a job. right? He'll have the backup role and be there when whoever it is get hurt.
I think.
I mean, I don't know. What does the guy got to
go
do?
in? He could be the starting quarterback next year.
Well, Carson Wentz is back.
What are
right?
you looking for? Unless you are taking a quarterback in
And
the
they
first
may.
round, there's not a better option than Taylor Heineke out there right now.
Carson Wentz is back, right? I think he's guaranteed for next year.
Okay, and he can be guaranteed your starting backup quarterback.
Goodness gracious. It's a lot of money.
That dude gets into the playoffs. You go into the offseason at Taylor Heineke, he's our starting quarterback.
If Taylor Heineke gets you into the playoffs and wins, and God forbid wins a game.
Take Jared Goff over him.
It's really fair
Take Jimmy
question.
Garoppolo over him. Like that's the.
No, I know.
Because you're not getting dramatically better. You thought you were with Carson Wentz. Oh, we'll take a little bit of a step with Carson Wentz, see if he can reignite some of that magic. Wasn't the case.
Thought you were with Russell Wilson. Just saying. Same kind of thing.
Give me a new head coach, Jeff. And
So
then
you
hopefully
think
we'll
that'll
get
spin that whole thing around? A new
They
head
have-
coach will spin Russell Wilson?
well,
You got no choice but to take a try on it. I mean, you have to. Yeah. Why aren't they running after Sean Payton?
I think that ownership group is going to have a lot of conversations in the offseason because they're new. They spent $4.5 billion on this team. And they have 4 more years of Russell Wilson. Can you squeeze out 2 more good years from him?
Yeah, better than this. All right, 54-19 last night was a scoregami, by the way. Never have you had a 54-19 game in the National Football League. When we come back, we'll wrap it up. Get to your phone calls. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control tower.
For home on a Monday, good morning to you. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, and Adrian. 505-246-0610. Let's go. Hi, Terry. Thanks for holding. What's happening?
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday to you. Congrats, Jeff, on your selections, your teams you got for a bowl game. Awesome. Good job there. Obviously, I've been tooting TCU's horn for a few weeks. I'm glad they got in. I thought it was deserved. Edward, I don't know where he comes from. K-State's best player is Deuce Vaughn, and he played the whole game. So they did use a different quarterback than they used a few weeks ago, but Howard played well. Max Duggan, the TCU quarterback, what a stud. I mean, he had heart surgery in June, and to come back and see what he was doing on the field was just pretty amazing. I wish they had a camera above the goal line. There was one play close in the overtime where they could have looked at it, but, you know, so be it. But with all the money they make, you kind of wonder there. So from that standpoint, I think, obviously, big winner of the week, Buffalo. They're back in as number one, aren't they, overall? But here's the hot take of the week for you guys to go on to. The Niners sign Baker. This will be a fun one to talk over for a couple days after Carolina releases him later today. So, as always, enjoy the show. You guys have a great day. Be safe.
Thanks,
Take care.
Terry. All right, so breaking news this morning, and he alluded to it. Baker Mayfield being released by the Carolina Panthers, and Twitter's going bonkers, basically that he's going to be the guy in San Francisco. And I know you're really struggling wrapping your mind around this one, aren't you?
Yes.
My immediate reaction would be no to signing Baker Mayfield. But then you take a step back and look, and that would be the best situation that Baker Mayfield has ever been in.
All right.
And you have firsthand knowledge. If you're Kyle Shanahan, you go, hey, Christian, come here for a second.
Yeah, how's my guy? Yep. Christian McCaffrey's there. He played
Look around
Yep.
this locker room, this team. Would he fit? Would he be successful with what we do?
If that guy falls into that situation,
Playoff win. He has a playoff win.
he does. So does Tim Tebow. Yeah. If that guy falls into that situation, so he got his way out of Cleveland.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
that he got his way out of this. I think he was escorted out of this one, right? I don't think this is necessarily what he wanted. He wanted to take over that job. He thought he was going to be the guy of the future, right? And then falls into that situation, and Jimmy Garoppolo's his way into a few playoff wins and resurrects his career that way. I mean, that'd be amazing. And it may happen. That may be how this plays out.
Because I don't see any teams clamoring to claim Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't know
right
who-
now, the 49ers are 24th. So Baker Mayfield would place on waivers.
Have to fall through 23
So-
other teams.
Everyone could put a claim in on him before he would clear waivers and then become available for everyone to sign.
So this is where you start saying, okay, the contenders, who are their backups, right? This is kind of where you start going through that. You've got Case Keenum in Buffalo. I think I'd rather have Case Keenum right now. Would you?
Yes.
Than Baker Mayfield. All right. Kansas City, my backup quarterback is Chad Henne. They seem to really like Chad Henne, right? So where are we with that? Would you where? Who are the contenders that need a backup quarterback? Cooper Rush, you feel like he's proven himself, right? Who's Philadelphia's backup? Do you know who's backing up Jalen Hurts?
Is it Gardner Minshew?
I think that's probably right, isn't it? It is Gardner Minshew. So do you want Gardner? Which former Carolina quarterback wasn't he there?
No, he's
Jaguars. Somewhere else too, wasn't he? But yeah, you want Gardner Minshew. So like, if my guy goes down, because I got to believe he's on the cheap, right? If Joe Burrow goes down, who's my guy? And you say, well, it's Brandon Allen. All right, how do you feel about that? Would you rather? I mean, that's the thought process going through everybody's head right now, right? And what does he bring to the locker room? Like, is he a bad guy? I don't know that he is. Is that his reputation? I don't. That's not why he got run out of Carolina. He was a bad quarterback. I didn't hear any whisperings that he was disruptive or a malcontent. Did you? I mean, they got a gong show over there. Who's Tennessee's backup quarterback? The rookie from
Malik Willis.
Yeah. Cincinnati, Baltimore's on their backup quarterback. Jets are gone through 18 of them. Giants. I mean, are the Giants a
Tyrod
playoff
Taylor?
team? Tyrod Taylor. Washington's got Carson Wentz. Who's Minnesota's backup quarterback?
Nick Mullins.
It's interesting. You rather have Nick Mullins or who'd you rather have if Kirky goes down?
That's a tough
All right, there's
question,
a spot.
Jeff.
Close conversation.
Yep.
All right, so there's a spot.
Let's stop.
Right? I mean, because nobody's coming in, hey, he's our guy, unless you're San Francisco.
Right.
And your boy Brock Purdy looked like a freaking superstar the other day. But I don't know how sustainable that is. So that's going to be
I think it's still, and that's the thing, it's you have one quarterback. And then they signed, I think, Josh Johnson off the Broncos practice squad. So they're looking to fill depth at that position, and Baker Mayfield absolutely could be in the cards for the 49ers. So my initial reaction was, heck no, why would you do that? But you take a step back and say that would be the best situation he's ever been in. You're like, just please don't break anything. Just keep us on track. And is Baker Mayfield good enough to do that right now?
And I'm not sure I know the answer. Mitch Trubisky to San Francisco in return for trades to Pittsburgh, says the text line.
You can't trade players anymore. It's past the trade deadline.
Fair enough. This says, why would Jared Goff leave the Lions for the 49ers? Detroit has all those draft picks the Rams gave them. San Francisco should just go with its second. Well, we're not talking about now. And I don't know that it's going to be Jared Goff's choice, right? Is this the last year of his deal? I think the Lions are going to have a choice to make. What do they want to do moving forward? But why would he leave? All right. Where's the Lions' love? They're better than the two much discussed Colts, Chargers, Broncos, and Browns. Otherwise, if the playoffs started today, who'd be in, who'd face who? I gave you that earlier, but I'm getting 4 out of 5 for the Lions, man. I think I'm kind of giving you a little Lions love, aren't I? It feels like it. All right, so your AFC standing, if it happened right now, so Bills would be 1, they get the bye. It would be the 2 would be Kansas City, the 3 would be Baltimore, the 4 would be Tennessee. I don't know the tiebreaker for 5 and 6 between Miami and Cincinnati, but they're both 8 and 4, and then the next team in would be the Jets. So it'd be Jets versus Chiefs. Let's just say Cincinnati's got the tiebreaker. So it'd be Jets versus Chiefs. 4-5 would be Tennessee, Baltimore, and then Miami versus whoever I had left. How did I mess that up so bad? I think we already did it. All right, thanks to Rhett Lashley, SMU's head coach, was with us today. Tomorrow, Jerry Kill expected to be with us at 7:15. We're working on Kalani Sitake as well. I got a few other things I'm working on for tomorrow as well. Adrian, great work on the TV side. A. Marie, terrific job.
Thank you.
Oh,
That was impressive.
top of the backboard.
More prizes to give out tomorrow, too.
Oh, yeah, more stuff tomorrow. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On come your way at 4, and then you get Monday Night Football tonight. What's on Monday Night Football?
Saints
Buccaneers. And Buccaneers. Tommy. Oh.
Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore.
Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll see you tomorrow.
I served in the military, then in law enforcement. My gun.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs.